I don't like violence, Tom. I'm a businessman. Blood is a big expense.
What's going on in this country is really anti-liberty. The president, they just put Bernie Madoff away for life. The president's policies are Bernie Madoff times 1,000. He is taking a wrecking ball to this society. He's dragging us into what de Tocqueville called a soft tyranny. And really, I don't know what the limits on the power of the presidency are anymore. You know, they used to call Bush an imperial president, which was ridiculous. This is a real, live imperial president who wants to dictate everything from light bulbs to what medicines you get to student loans and credit card interest rates. He doesn't have the constitutional authority to be doing all these things.
Well, I sense the public is beginning to turn on all of this, and the polls seem to back this up. Cap and trade is going to raise everybody's taxes. They're talking about a value-added tax. They're talking about taxing employee benefits for health care. So clearly, the numbers now show that the public views the Democratic Party. Well, he lied. That's one way. Yeah, he did lie. He did.
Matter of fact, he's taken this page right out of Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Saul Alinsky essentially said, look, you got to sound like you're for the middle class, you got to act like you're from the middle class, and then you destroy the middle class. The fact of the matter is most of us have jobs, but we're concerned about keeping them given what he's done to our fiscal and monetary policy in this country. Most of us have health insurance and we like it. It's not a question of helping those who don't have it. He wants to destroy the health care system.
This health care plan is a very toxic and unhealthy plan. Fox is breaking it down to the point where all cities of the USA will be hurt by 50%. New York, bankrupt. Even families of an income of 1.5 million will lose 60% of their money to the government. To spend more is to gain, Biden says. And this is a depleting, broken promise bill. Obama said employee rate wouldn't drop below a certain percentage in 6 months, and it has. California is practically bankrupt entirely. This bill is entirely dangerous than helpful. The stimulus packages have failed. This is where America is going to stand against their president. A true president would consider everyone's freedoms, their income, and their ability to function freely in life. Not own the most nukes in the world, have a war fund that is going nowhere. The taxpayers support the government, and the spending is entirely by the government, not fueled to the economy, as we are seeing no actual growth, but depletion. They say we have to spend more to make more. This is the most absurd sidestep action of the realistic factors of this bill, and this administration's intentions are entirely towards making money, getting more taxpayers' money, and spending more, putting us more in debt. In other words, depleting and bankrupting America. This is Bush, but more twisted. The public view of Obama is a sort of nod the head deal. With Bush, anyone could laugh about him and make fun of him, no problem. Obama is taking the approach of being in our face and in our lives with bills more devastating than Bush's damage. Obama is finishing the economy off rather than stimulating.
He's in bed with the NEA and against the children in the public school system. He is the purest statist ever to sit in the Oval Office.
I agree.
With trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt being created in a period of months, they're very concerned about this phony cap and trade, which would give the EPA authority over your homes and your house and your toaster and your light bulb. The government should not take 40 or 50% of their income, and Obama stands for all of this. He stands for all the wrong things, and I think the American people are picking up.
She was beautiful. She was young. She was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had, and I've had them all over the world.
His promise is shattered America has the liberating truth to investigate this world government, to take back their freedoms, their constitutional freedoms, and their independence. Contact your representative, contact who you can about opposing this bill. Join in, because within a little over a week from this very day, this very moment that I'm recording, if this bill passes, America will be in a more deprived state, a state of more frustration and money than chance of survival. However, I see that if the bill does pass, there will be probably a rise up. No one's going to take this.
Everybody that I talk to seems to fear the America they grew up in is being systematically torn apart. Not just on economic issues, the ones that you just listed off. I often talk about them. Talk radio talks about it. Fox News talks about it. But similarly, you know, on national security, the view that we're unilaterally disarming, that we don't understand the nature of evil, that this isn't the same country that, you know, once beat back fascism and Nazism by supporting this guy that wants to start or establish a dictatorship in Honduras.
It's gonna be so unconstitutional. If it does pass, we would see America go third world country almost immediately. Some would survive for a bit, but the taxes would eventually crush just about everything. However, that being obviously unconstitutional, the government would not survive. Just for the very fact that it's unconstitutional and that Obama's not only anti-American, but he's also anti-life. So, really, either way, whatever happens with this bill, either way, either side, the government is going to be investigated. Government exposure is all over the grid.
He is about as left-wing and about as radical as anybody ever to be in the Oval Office.
Mark, this book is the modern-day equivalent of A Conscience of a Conservative by Barry Goldwater. 12 out of 13 weeks, #1 on the New York Times list. I got to tell you something. It is a phenomenon. It is a call to awaken those in the Obama mania hypnotic state.
Amazingly impressed with Fox News. They are not taking this lightly. They are in his face just as much as he is in our face. Of course, it's much deeper. It's a lot harsher with Obama than Bush, but the reality is very obvious behind this administration, and I see our progress as a nation, as a world, to grow and to liberate ourselves from this administration. This administration is entirely affecting the world. Do what you can in letting those who you care about, who you know that will listen to how bad this bill is for America, the economy. Thank you.
By the way, why do you ask your callers what they're wearing all the time?
Because I'm curious.
I don't like violence.